Well, before I begin, I just want to say that this is one of the better Raws that I've seen in a very, very long time. Because of the way the show went, with a couple of exceptions, and I'll get to them, but the beginning, the ending, most of the stuff in between was on point as far as hyping things up and making things fun for the whole fucking show. I mean, yeah. But that ending, though, I'll get to that in a moment. Without further ado, this is the theme Monday Night Raw review / report for August 29th, 2016. Let's start the show. So the show actually begins with all the participants for the Fatal 4-Way for the Universal Championship that's going to be the main event. Now, jokes, puns, for everybody except for Reigns. Everybody that was on the mic, that actually got to talk, did an excellent job. From Seth Rollins doing his usual. Then from the Kevin Owens, excellent delivery. Big Cass, he talked on the mic and he said that no one expects him to win and he's the big dog in the fight. No, he's not the underdog. So on and so forth. Reigns, he stayed away from the fucking mic. He didn't talk. He showed action. That is the best way to hype him up if you're going to fucking do that. And that was the substantial hype for the Fatal 4-Way. That was a terrific job. It was a great presentation to get you started for what's to come later in the main event. So, after that, Jericho faced Neville. And, yeah, in a pretty good match. It looks like, Jericho has been in the game for over 20 years. But it looks like Jericho is starting to slow down a bit as far as his pace. But he still looked great, and Neville tapped through the walls of Jericho. And it wasn't just the walls of Jericho, it was the lion tamer. It was the old, knee to the back of the neck. I was happy to see that. Great presentation with that. So, you had a segment between Bayley, New Day, and Dana Brooke. Great fucking segment, and it was comedy. It was chemistry. Look, between Bayley walking, yeah, she gave someone a hug because she's a hugger. Yeah, come here, Bayley, come on. And then you have the New Day. Yeah, the New Day. Yeah, usually doing what they're doing. Oh goodness, yeah. Then Dana Brooke comes up. Now, saying that Bayley doesn't belong there, and it's like, wait, and New Day's like, wait a minute, who did Bayley defeat on her debut of Raw? Who? Yeah, nice touch. And yeah, a challenge was made. Anderson and Gallows and Dana versus two members of the New Day. I wonder who they're going to pick. And Bayley for later on in the night. So, yeah. Great segment, by the way. That was a fun segment. Nia Jax or Braun Strowman. Can't tell the difference between the two. Beats a local jobber. Oh, God. If you're going to do something, you know what? I'm not even going to address that until later on in the report. So, Anderson and Gallows nurse Dana in their backstage segment. Hello, nurse. You better get that reference. Yeah. So, challenge accepted. And they brag about how they retired the Dudleys last week, and they have an organization called Old Fart. their retirement home. I'm like, okay, everybody's getting pretty good on the fucking microphone on this show as far as their segments. So that, yeah, okay, fine. Sami Zayn versus Jinder Mahal. That was just a filler match because we knew that Jinder Mahal wasn't going to win. I can't take him seriously. I just can't. Even when he was in a 3-man band and before, can't take Jinder Mahal seriously. Sami Zayn needed a nice rebound since losing to Seth Rollins last week. So, nice cannon fodder that they picked Jinder Mahal. Fine. So, you have the mixed 6-person tag between the New Day and Bayley versus Anderson and Gallows and Dana Brooke. And for one, the intro with the New Day, it has a yellow brick road. I'm just like, these guys are just something else. New Day rocks. Bayley rocks. Yes, they did. And their intro, and they're skipping down the ring, and bootios, and sprinkling bootios in Bayley's mouth. I'm sitting there, and I'm like, fun. That chemistry between those people, fun. The New Day and Bayley, fun. That was just nothing but fun. And they ended up defeating Anderson, Gallows, and Dana. You know, that, okay. Fine. Yeah, Dana got pinned again. And Charlotte was on commentary. Giving Bayley props, but saying, why didn't she debut with us? Why, you know, she's not going to win the women's championship. Great hype for Bayley. It was. And great continuation with the New Day. And they had fun in that ring. They were dancing in the ring, even during the match, before the commercial break. And they continued after the match. Yeah. Yeah. Fun. That's all that was fun. And it was a good tag match. It was. Even though freaking Gallows kind of missed the cue on Kofi, and Kofi ended up splatting on the outside of the ring after he jumped over. But anyway, New Day and Bayley win that match. Cool. So, Sheamus versus Cesaro in match 2 of the Best of 7 series. Wow. Okay. In a straight one-on-one encounter with no shenanigans as far as I can tell, Cesaro taps, and the reason being is because outside of the ring, Sheamus backdropped him, and Cesaro just went straight to the fucking turnbuckle. Yeah, they sold his back being hurt, put him back in the ring, put that cold relief on, and Cesaro taps. Sheamus up 2-0. Okay, so I see where this is going now. Either, okay, 3-0, and then a 4-match comeback? I don't know if they're going to go 2-1. I think they're going to go 3-0, and then the 4 magically delicious match comeback. So Cesaro could at least, or it'll go 3-3, and then maybe Sheamus will take. I don't know. But Sheamus is up 2-0, and it was a pretty good match. And Sheamus was pretty good on the fucking mic, and so was Cesaro in his backstage segment. And I'm sitting up there like, these motherfuckers have either stepped up, or they were just like, yeah, we got to take this show seriously because we're crowning a brand new Universal Champion tonight, and this show actually has to fucking mean something. Besides a couple of things. They threw the Mr. Fuji tribute. Yeah, Mr. Fuji, the devious one. Rest in peace, man. Oh my God. From the flag, the salt, his wrestling skills, the cane, his managing skills. Yeah, Mr. Fuji. Thank you for the memories. So, Braun Strowman defeats a jobber, Americo, and takes off. He was supposed to be a luchador who did nothing in the match. Again, with Nia Jax and Braun Strowman, either you mix these two something or just get fucking rid of both of them. I know Nia Jax was ruthless while she was in NXT. Fine. But to have her just jobber after jobber after jobber, you can't fucking take her seriously. Especially the method that she's beating these jobbers, by squashing them. It's not even the fact that it's their matches. Same thing with Braun fucking Strowman. They're not fucking matches. They're just squashes. And we're like, either bathroom break or concession stands break for those in attendance. But for me, it's just like, oh God, I gotta do something else at this time. I can't fucking watch these matches because I can't take their hype seriously. But Braun Strowman beats a fucking jobber, Americo, supposed lucha, takes off his mask, which is a big disrespect to any lucha. Anyway, so Steph McMahon and Heyman segment. Yeah, she wanted to talk to Paul Heyman and about the punishment with Brock Lesnar and Brock Lesnar's actions about F5ing Shane at SummerSlam and so on and so forth. Heyman pulls out a whole bunch of ones during the segment and treats her like a fucking stripper. $1, $2, $1, $2, If Heyman would have did that, I would have fucking marked out. I was waiting for that, you know. But Stephanie, they did this acting perfectly. Even though it was acting within acting, because you knew damn well that Stephanie was not too torn up about her brother getting F5. You knew that as far as part of the show. You knew it. But smacking the money out of his Paul Heyman's hands, and Paul Heyman apologizes. Steph accepts the apology and walks off. And Steph actually says she says it will be the first ever Universal Champion. She actually said that on the show. The first ever Universal Champion was Finn Balor. That's it. There's no rewriting that record book, Steph. I don't give a fuck what you say. Or I don't give a fuck what WWE says. The first ever Universal Champion was Finn Balor. Darren Young versus Titus ONeil. End this already, please. Darren Young was getting his ass whooped. Rolled up Titus ONeil. Got the win. Titus snaps. And it's like, this is a fucking broken record here. No matter what happens here, Titus is just going to snap, attack Darren Young and Bob Backlund. Just in this feud already. It's going nowhere. It's not for a number one contendership for no belt. It makes no sense. You owe me. No, fuck that. We can't take Titus ONeil seriously. No. Either pair them up back together and have Backlund lead them to the tag team championship somehow, or leave them the fuck alone, or have them both be cannon fodder for Braun Strowman. That'll get them back together. Anyway, now the Fatal 4-Way. Okay, you know how Fatal 4-Ways in WWE work. Pinfall, submission, no DQs. As far as them throwing that stipulation in the matches later in commentary. So, Big Cass is the first to get eliminated by Kevin Owens. Okay, fine. Didn't believe that Big Cass was going to win anyway. He had a good showing though. He did. And maybe somewhere down the line when they finally split up Big Cass and Enzo, if that's going to happen, maybe somewhere down the road he'll get a singles championship, but just not at this event. So, you had the match continue, and now it's a, triple elimination. Roman Reigns was just basically trying to do all of his stuff. And okay, yes, Roman performed pretty well. He did. But he went back to his usual arsenal with spears and Superman punches. Yes, he did a couple of new things, like not new things, but he did a couple of more things like sit down power bombs and stuff. Okay, fine. Even a couple of roll ups that weren't out of sync. Okay, fine. But he went back to that. Then Triple H comes out and gives a pedigree to Roman Reigns. Bravo. We haven't seen Triple H since WrestleMania. And okay, fine. But it was kind of like iffy for a second because he threw Seth Rollins over there, and it's like, are we gonna do this authority shit again? If they are, they're going in a new fucking direction, because after Roman Reigns gets eliminated by Seth Rollins, Triple H pedigrees Seth Rollins. Looks at Kevin Owens dead in his eyes while he was doing it. Nods at him. It looked like Owens didn't even know about it. And I like the way that I like them doing that. Owens didn't know what was playing. It's not like he called Triple H, help me, Hunter, help me, Hunter. No, he didn't try to Miz his way out on purpose. No, Triple H came out, pedigree Seth Rollins. Kevin Owens covers him. We have a new champion. Kevin Owens. I said last week, Kevin Owens would be the right direction to go. With Triple H doing this, that opens the door for a couple of possibilities here. Number one, Stephanie McMahon and Mick Foley were surprised as well. They didn't know. He looked dead at them as he walked away. They had question marks above their heads. That's one thing that could go on. Number two, Seth Rollins going against Triple H. Number three, Roman Reigns going against Triple H again. All those possibilities, and Triple H leading Kevin Owens. All of that can go just in perfect harmony up to fucking WrestleMania if they let Owens keep it that long for KO Mania. Why the fuck not? For many people, they're like, oh no, not Kevin Owens, no, oh no. Out of those fucking four people, I would rather have Kevin Owens. With Seth Rollins, it would be like, here the fuck we go again. Roman Reigns, Here the fuck we go again. Big Cass, not ready yet. Kevin Owens was the right fucking choice to win this Universal Championship. He was. The method that he wanted, people are probably upset, fine. But I picked Kevin Owens, and I'm proud that they actually went with Kevin Owens with the possibilities that they opened up. So, KO Mania, the Kevin Owens era, the Kevin Owens show, it has begun. Jericho even gave him props earlier on in the night saying that he was going to fucking win it. Jericho didn't help. All the other helpers or tag team partners were banned from ringside. You know, none of that was done. I'm just going to be interested in see what's going to happen next week between those two. But, again, that's another thing that throws a monkey wrench. That's another thing that can happen. There's some more friction that can happen with all these people that can challenge Kevin Owens. So, there you go. That ending just throws everything in a loop starting next week. And I'm proud of WWE for going this direction. Now, can they keep this going? I don't think so. But Kevin Owens is your new WWE Universal Champion. Hate that belt, hate that name for the title, but he's the champion of Raw. Bravo. Tell me what you think. Do you think this show was okay? Do you think it was garbage? Do you think this was the right decision to have Kevin Owens as champion? Were you shocked at Triple H? Or you were like, oh no, he's going to cost Rollins, which everybody saw coming sooner or later that he was going to turn on Rollins? People saw that because there was friction before, but that was bound to happen. And now we can see that fucking unfold in a good storyline. I hope it'll be a good storyline. So, once again, tell me what you think, because I'm always open for opinions, debates, conversation. Drop kicks, body slams, throwing motherfuckers over top rope, both be hitting the floor. Yes, I'm a wrestling fan. Congratulations to Kevin Owens. This is the theme, and I'll see you later. Credits.